Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I make my seafood okra. Alright, so before we head straight into the video, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share this video. Now right straight into this video, I'm going to be showing you the ingredients I'm going to be using. So I have my croaker fish, and while I checked my fridge, I also noticed that I had this particular catfish, the tail left, so I decided not to waste it. I had to add it. Now I made my okra in 3 different ways. Now the big size okra you're seeing is just so I can get that crunchy taste when I'm eating my soup. And then I also grated my okra, and then I also blended my okra. Now the blended okra is to make my okra slimy, to also thicken my soup. Now the next ingredient I have is my periwinkle, and I also have my prawns. I also have my snails, and then I have palm oil. I also have crayfish, which has been nicely blended. I have pepper. Now, this pepper are in 3 sets. I have habanero, I have Cameroon pepper, and I also have the regular fresh pepper we all buy from the market. Now, I'm using these 3 different peppers because of the flavor it gives to my food. I have my Maggi nut cubes, and then I also have my vegetables, so you can use whichever you want, but I am using curry leaf. Now we are heading straight into the video. I'm going to first of all wash my snails. I already washed it before, but this is just an extra wash, just in case any of the sliminess is still left in it. So wash your snails properly. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be doing is just to pour in water into the pot and then put my snails. I just leave it aside for it to cook. Now I don't like my snails too strong, so that's why I cook it separately for a couple of minutes. So while I set that aside, my fish is already on the pot. I'm about to steam my fish, and then I had to take out the snails that are already parboiled, and then I put it right into the fish so that I can sauce everything together. And then the next thing I'm going in with is my pepper. I poured in my pepper. Then I head straight into adding my cubes. All right, add as much as you can, just to give this fish a very nice taste. Now I like to season my fish very well, so I use this lasso spice and then this other spice. I'm sorry I could not turn it around. It just gives this fish a very nice taste. And then when you're done seasoning, the next thing you want to do is give it a good stir. You want to make sure that all of the seasoning is going into the right places. All right, so give it that good mix. And then the next thing I'm adding is my salt. Now I don't eat a lot of salt. I barely eat salt, and this food is for personal consumption, so that's why I'm not adding a lot of salt. So I went in with a little bit of water, and then I mixed it again. Just make sure you're mixing it well, just so all of the ingredients can go into the fish. And then I close my pot and then let it simmer. After I let my fish boil for a bit, I had to bring out my prawns, and then I added it just because this is easy to cook, so I didn't want to put it inside before, so I had to put it at this point. And then I also went in with my periwinkle. After adding the periwinkle, don't forget to mix it, because you didn't add it before, so just so those ingredients can also enter inside of your periwinkle and the prawn you just put inside. All right, give it a good mix, then cover your pot and let it simmer. After you're done boiling your fish, now the main cooking starts. I poured in my oil into my pot and then just let it get lighter a bit because the oil was too thick. Then I went in with my stock. I'd already taken out the fish because I didn't want it to scatter. So I went in with my stock and then I gave it a good mix. When it comes to this particular soup, you have to mix properly. So get ready to mix your soup because we mix as we go. Next thing you're going to go in with is your pepper. Add in your pepper, and then the next thing you're going to be putting is your cubes. Now you have to give it a good mix. Remember what I said earlier, mix. That's all we're going to be doing. Now, something happened while I was filming this. I forgot to film when I added my crayfish. But yeah, the next ingredient you're going to add is your crayfish. All right. I don't know what happened, but I clicked on it and it just didn't work. And then after you're done, you give it a good mix after the crayfish. Then you go in with your blended okra. Now you want to mix this as much as you can. All right. This is very thick. Now, for those of you saying if you cover your pot, your okra will not be slimy. Now, listen, if you want to cook okra soup that draws a lot, kindly blend your okra. All right. So whether you cover your pot or not, your okra will still be very slimy. Your okra will still draw. Now, I had to add water because it was too thick at that particular point. I added my blended okra. It was really thick, so I had to add water. After I make sure that I mixed my okra, the first one I added properly, then I went in with the one I grated. Remember, there were 3 different okras, so we are going to be putting all of them bit by bit. So you're going to put that inside and make sure you mix properly just to avoid any lumps. So take your time, okay? No rush. Take enough time and then mix it properly. And now when you're done with that, now you go with this particular one. This is the best one because I like how whenever I'm eating my okra soup, I like that crunchy feeling. Now, as I said earlier, take enough time. You're not rushing. Take enough time and then stir your okra properly. So now this okra was going to be too thick, so I had to add water again, and then I went in with my fish. Now you're only going to go in with your fish when you're sure that you've mixed properly, because at this point you don't want to be turning it too much, just so you avoid scattering your fish. All right, and make sure you're cooking on medium heat because you don't want your okra to not have that crunchy taste. And then the next thing I went in with is my curry leaf. So like I said earlier, you can use ugu, you can use whatever you want to use, but when it comes to okra, I only use curry leaf. All right, so use whatever works for you. Now you're just going to close your pot for 1 minute because at this point your soup is ready, but just so it heats up a bit. So as you can see, voila, our fisherman okra soup is ready. All right, you can eat this with any swallow you want to. I decided to eat mine with my gari. You can match it up with poundo, whatever you choose to, your preference. All right, so we've come to the end of this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Bye.